Hello, mech fans, and welcome once again to the Gundam Roundtable, where we are going through the one of the greatest big robot franchises around. Coming to you from the Ironcaster HQ, of course. For the holidays, I'd be Frankencaster, but I'm not alone today, and I want to bring in a couple of friends. Oh, thank you. And in the meantime, let me start introducing some of the familiar faces from these parts, such as the good agent. Hello, Agent Decibel.
Good evening.
How are we doing?
Doing very well. How are you doing?
It has been a weekend. I got around, got some stuff getting cleaned up. Got to go watch some classic Vincent Price movies. It's been a lot of fun.
I've been stuck in my basement doing a project.
What'd you do? Knowing you probably removed the stairs so you can just have to pull yourself up with brute force.
Hey, don't judge me.
You're like, stairs are for weaklings.
Actually, I've been working on a home gym, and I've been trying to clean up that part of the basement. And I just ordered a training mat because I like to fight, so that way I can at least have some room to fight down there as well. You know, throwing people on the concrete floor, a lot of people kind of have a problem with it. I don't know why, but teach their own.
Well, don't worry. I've got one of your favorite sparring partners here in the back room. I think I'll bring him in. And yes, Janet, I'm glad to have you here. And I sure love me some Vincent Price. In fact, because I have it right with me. Always never leave home without your handy dandy Vincent Price collection.
Why am I not surprised?
Hey, it's not my fault I just got lazy and haven't put it away yet, but that's neither here nor there. Anyway, Chris is here. How's it going?
Not too bad, and you guys?
Oh, good to hear. Good to hear. How was your week?
Busy. Exhausting, really. Short-handed at work, so we're being stretched we're being thrown this way and that way.
Oh, fun. Check in the chat, of course, Nerdporial, hoping to keep you entertained at work, so I'll try to do my best. Hopefully we should have a couple more people hopping in, but until they show up, we're gonna have to make do. And we can delve into things a little bit then. So let me hit this in the chat real quick.
Well, we got a great start. We got the great Nerdporial here. We got Janet from Another Planet, our favorite Starfleet officer. We're at a good start.
Yes, indeed. Sorry, I had to take care of one last thing behind the scenes. So, did you guys do your homework this week?
You mean watch the episode?
Yes, that.
Yeah, I did that a couple months ago, so this is kind of just a refresher for me.
Because I know I sure did.
I watched it yesterday.
Oh, it's so good.
It's a good episode.
Sorry, just taking care of one last message.
It's a continuation of the tragedy that our so wonderful gang has, our beloved heroes have unfortunately gotten themselves into.
Well, Janet, don't worry about it too much because here we tend to go through the episode. So if you've at least, I think for the nature of this show with what we do here, having at least going through it once, when we go through it here, we'll tend to we'll go through it. I've got an assortment of some screenshots and we can help refresh that familiarity. But let me bring this up. And We are, of course, talking. We are on episode 21 of Mobile Suit Gundam, Sorrow and Hatred. As always, we'll go through the synopsis. We'll check out the slideshow, and we'll pause briefly to talk about it. Let's see. To begin. Oh, actually, before we begin, we're bringing in.
God
Fenrir.
damn it! Why am I always late?
It's a talent.
You're fashionably late.
Still, how are you guys doing?
Doing good. We were just getting ready to start.
Doing very well.
Good to know. Good to know. I've been punishing my henchmen. They were idiots today.
Ah,
How did you punish them?
The simple way. I took away their rights.
Oh,
Mostly
good.
medical and a couple of their pay. But out of that, not much.
You know, you do what Lord Vader did. In Return of the Jedi, when he showed up on the Death Star and he told Moff Gideon that he could find a new way to motivate them, he found the foreman on the slowest team, killed him, chained him up outside on the outside hole of the Death Star where all the crews came in and came out, and said the next team, all of you are going, the next slowest team, all of you are going to end up like that. That's motivation.
well, Darth
Yeah, that
Vader
is
was
way
someone
better.
who
I'm
would
gonna
lift
do that.
others up.
I'm gonna do that now.
Sorry, yeah, Brightest Day won't be here today. He had a conflict with another stream, and he ran off to cover that, which not a problem here. I mean, there's no obligations to that he has to be here. It's always a pleasure for just any of you guys to be here. I am thankful every time you show up.
Yeah. I gotta say, I'm starting to see a pattern. Gundam, they're killing off a lot of the guys I like. I mean, there's Ramba, Raul, now Ryu. Come on. And it's mostly the heavyset guy, the big, strong guys.
They can take a lot of the beating, but should we get into this a little bit?
Yep. Let's go.
So, to begin with, the White Base heads west towards Ukraine for Odessa Day as Rambarel's squadron continues to pursue them. Haman wishes to avenge Raul, but knows she cannot count on Makuve for help. She decides to use their last remaining forces, which consist of a worn-out Zaku 2, 4 Magellan top attack turrets, and the remaining half of the Gallop. Haman takes a shower and suits up, then discusses battle plans for her subordinate Lieutenant Taichi and his recon team. They note that the White Base is still damaged from the last attack, and that it has backup again, and that it has its backup against some mountains. Because of this, attacking at that moment would be favorable. So, yeah, we're instantly getting like the fallout from the Xeon side. I think that works pretty well to show that just because they defeated Raul doesn't mean they're out.
Doesn't mean the fight's over.
No, not at all. And
yeah,
in fact,
now they have to deal with the woman. Now they have to deal with the woman that is Scorn, the most dangerous thing there is.
The most dangerous creature in the universe. A pissed off woman.
Ooh, her? She looks harmless.
You never see the femme fatale, the most harmless or the most dangerous. The most harmless looking are the most dangerous of them all. Trust me.
Hey, you know, it's like they say,
in the back.
There's a very true saying, you never truly know your wife until you meet her in court. You want to see viciousness? Go there.
All right.
She knows.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna take your words for that. I hopefully don't intend to get into that situation anytime soon.
Just don't be as charming as I am. You'll be fine.
What, and teach them to kill me in my sleep?
Hey, if a woman can't kill me, she has no reason being with me, okay? If she's going to be with me, she's going to know how to kill me. First thing.
I believe you would teach them to use a knife.
Well, yeah. Guns are loud and wake you up.
Yeah.
Gotta think ahead.
Even with the damn silencer.
not quite as silent as you'd think.
Yeah.
And we got 3 of them from her. Oh, she plays dirty.
Oh yeah, she probably knows, because she probably knows the secrets of womanhood that we do not.
See, there we go. She gets it. Poison. There's all kinds of ways you could do it.
A little more cream in your coffee.
Well, there's poison. Get a snake in the room, or you ever heard about those weird exotic spiders? Super rare. You can find them. They can poison a person with a bite, but don't leave a mark.
If you ever
Super
want
I
to
think
hear,
I saw this in a James Bond movie.
Nah,
Listen-
those are real. Seriously,
listen
takes 50 takes 50 grand to buy one. 50 grand.
just listen to Weird Al's song, You Don't Love Me Anymore. It's just so many ways she tried to kill him.
Oh yeah, the poison.
This is taking quite the dark turn. I must admit.
Darker.
Dude, you have
dark?
2 supervillains in your chat. What are you hoping?
Hey, you're dark, for me, sexy. Hey, to each their own. Hey, if a woman's not plotting against me, she doesn't need to be around me.
All right.
Yeah.
Should we move forward a little bit?
Yeah, let's go. Let's go. Let's just go. Let's just go.
Back at the White Base, the crew is frantically making repairs. Hayato complains about the lack of supplies, admonished by Bright, who says they'll have to get by on wits and ingenuity. Down in the infirmary, Ryu is laying in bed trying to recover from his gunshot wounds. Frau Bo steps up to his room and asks how he's doing, and if he needs anything. Oh, speaking of people needing things,
Oh, what the hell, dude? Jace, what
Hey,
the
man.
hell?
welcome.
Hi, everyone. Sorry, I just had an
Dude.
emergency call.
Hayato's. That's my. I'm like, oh, jeez.
How's it going, Jace?
This is how I feel some streams. Just
I'm doing pretty okay. Just an emergency call because it's my father, so I just had to talk with him a little bit. So that's why I was a little bit late. So I'm sorry.
Yeah, better. At least you didn't just show up out of the blue. At least you gave a warning.
Yeah. Of course. How far
So
are
welcome.
we in now? Okay.
we're maybe 5-6.
21.
minutes
Yeah.
Oh. Wait, you're talking time, not episode.
You guys want to know something fun before we continue?
in. Sure.
Today's not my day. You know, I'm my own hairdresser, right?
Right.
And I was gonna fade my hair today, fade the sides and everything, and my machine decided to die while I was doing everything. So I had to go to plan B today because I
Little
trashed the
fade in.
machine that I had.
I need that clip.
I can send it to you. No,
All right.
I had to. I'm totally bald. Like it's shiny bald.
There you
Oh,
go.
wow.
Bald's the way
I
to
look
go.
like
Came in
Lex
at a-
Luthor with a beard.
I came in at a real point in time.
Well, I wouldn't say Lex Luthor. I wouldn't say Lex Luthor with. And now I want to see Lex Luthor with the beard.
I'm sure that probably exists out there somewhere.
Ironcaster, shave your head for the next stream.
Maybe we'll make that like a subscriber goal.
Come on, we need more subscribers, and he will shave off his beard and
200. No. 200 subscribers, and they'll shave off the hair. The beard can
Shave the
stay.
head.
Wait. What am I getting myself into here?
You're
Oh,
getting
come
yourself
on,
into
live a
200
little.
subscribers.
I feel like Hayato here. What am I getting into?
Mhm.
a lot of things. More subscribers, and he will make an OnlyFans. Shh.
That's the only beard.
Dude, I got a
but yeah.
knife. I'll shave you.
and he will be showing off his stash of Jason Momoa memorabilia.
My my stashes.
Yes.
Ryu is
continue
laying in
to-
bed, trying to recover from his gunshot wounds. Frau Bo steps into the room to ask how he's doing and if he needs anything. He tells her to tell everyone he'll be okay, and she confirms that to him that Bright has put Amuro back in the brig. So, yeah, Amuro isn't just off the hook for all the shit he's done. For all of his running away and stealing the Gundam from them.
Attacking military base without permission.
Just because he shows up to save the day one time, it doesn't absolve him of all his.
It doesn't get him off the hook.
Exactly. And I think it's important to see that it's not just a matter of we'll let bygones be bygones. No, it's in this episode. A lot of this is really coming to a head, and we're getting some continued fallout from that. I mean, as well as seeing Ryu is still recovering. He's in the infirmary. He's been shot. He's not able to fight.
He's in a lot of pain.
Yes, as we see repeatedly through the episode, as he's falling over in excruciating pain.
Though he seems to be the only person on the white base that has forgiven Amuro.
Well, I think it's because Ryu is like the number two pilot in the ship that he knows, like, it's that they have to rely on Amuro.
Actually,
Oh,
Ironcaster, you said it best the other day. You said that Ryu is like the colossus of the team.
Yeah, you're
Kind
right.
of like the moral center, the giant, the one that's keeps everyone together. I think he does pull that off. If he's got to smack you around a little bit, so be it.
Yeah.
I
He
mean, his white
definitely-
base, it's not like it's not common.
He definitely.
Yeah, the guy's pretty much he's the stereotypical big dude with a big heart.
He definitely does kind of keep things centered and tries to be the voice of reason amongst people like Kai or Bright, who would really like to push their weight around, or in Kai's situation would be willing to strong anyone up like the coward he is.
I just want to say that Chris's mic is really good today.
Yeah, it is coming quite loud, and in a good way.
That's because I got a mic.
Oh, nice. Oh, yeah, that's right. It has been really popping out too much. I haven't noticed.
He sounds like a kid.
Oh, joy.
Just kidding.
No, technically, most of them aren't.
At the gallop, Haman addresses Ramba Rao's remaining men. She says that they set out on foot on Earth as Garma's revenge unit and have not fulfilled their mission. Their upcoming mission may seem small, but it requires them to go against the Federation's most advanced warship and mobile suit. Haman gives the men the option to opt out of the mission, but none do so. She shakes each of their hands and gives them parting words of encouragement. I like her. She is such a great character, I think. That she isn't just trying to take advantage of the situation to play out her own selfish need for revenge here. It's very much a
real strong, independent woman.
yes.
She's doing what Icelinda was basically trying to do, but more for honoring Rumbaral than trying to get revenge.
I mean, it is in part revenge for her, and I think that is her primary focus. And I say that was by and large her own reason for why she's now taking up the mantle of doing this.
I know, but I'm just saying
it is part of the job that they had come here in the original place to do.
Well, I mean, she says from the very beginning to the crew when she's briefing them is, we came here to do a mission and we're going to finish it or die. She's not there saying we're going to get revenge for Rumbaral for his death. No, she's saying
and I gotta
we're here to do this mission.
Hang on.
Gotta say one thing. I really enjoy the detail how they show the respect the men had for Rumbaral. They're still fighting for him even though he's dead. It shows he was a good commander.
Oh yeah, I mean, Raul was a man who very much cared for his men. He knew them all by name, and he seemed to genuinely care for them. They would fight side by side. He had to be able to know and trust the men that would be watching his back, and he had to know that they would listen to him.
It's that Alexander
his
attitude.
respect.
It was that Alexander the Great attitude. And this woman here, she actually keeps within her frame. She's emotional. Yeah, she just lost her man. But she's not putting the revenge at the forefront. It is a part of this. But she's keeping herself composed emotionally enough to get the job done. This is a rare breed.
Yeah, it is. A good female commander.
It also shows the dedication of the men because they're understaffed, they're undersupplied. They only have a cargo unit with the Gallup's rocket boosters attached to it. Oh, what was that?
And a dog.
Okay,
Attack dog.
Yeah, the dog.
Okay.
Yeah, bring the dog on. He wants to give his words on this.
And also they only have one Zaku and a handful of Magella cannons.
Yep. These men.
This is the kind of woman. See this here. This is the kind of woman you'd give the world and burn it down if it threatened her.
Well, also Ramaral's unit were guerrilla fighters. They were very much they would very much be the sort of soldiers who would be the ones to be making the most out of what little bit of supplies they had and how to best use those. And I think that's
against a large mechanized force.
Well, I mean,
when
it comes to tactical units, this is actually relatively small. One mobile suit and a handful of attack craft.
Should we move on a little bit then? If there's anything else anyone wants to bring up here?
No, I'm good.
Okay. Move along.
Okay. Had to get myself caught up with the notes.
Yes, there's no droids here, so just move along.
Back on the white base, Ryu walks onto the bridge and surprises Bright, who thinks he should not be up and moving around. Ryu talks to Bright about Amuro and questions his discipline methods. He says simply leaving Amuro locked up in solitary to try and straighten him out may not be the best way to handle him, as Amuro may not be able to realize on his own why he can't maintain his current self-centered attitude. Bright considered this and has Mirai call for medical personnel to take Ryu back to sickbay.
Seriously, hard to respect this. It's hard not to respect Ryu. I mean, he's slowly dying and he's still walking up.
Well, it's a gunshot wound. It is serious, yes.
He's not dead. He's not dying or anything. He's just in a lot of pain, and instead of prioritizing
the movement. It's a gunshot wound. Depending on how big it is, the movement really isn't a good idea.
Yes, instead of concentrating on his healing, he is moving around.
Seriously, he even said the obvious joke that movement helps him with his recovery. That will not help at all. Seriously.
And I mean, this is why Ryu, I think, is a really underappreciated member of the crew, and this is really his episode to shine.
This definitely does give him an arc that he never got before, and well, yes, sadly, this is the only arc he'll have.
Mm-hmm. And he is such a great character in this.
Yes, he is a very much underappreciated character. I think we established that at the very beginning when we were going through earlier episodes.
When he was about the only other soldier that was out in the field fighting.
Yeah, basically.
Elsewhere, Haman's sitting on the cockpit of one of the Magella tops. Thinks back to her earlier encounter with Amuro in the restaurant. In the brig, Amuro is dreaming about Lieutenant Matilda. He's suddenly awakened by a knock at the cell door from Ryu. Amuro tells Ryu that he is no longer mad about Bright putting him in the brig. Ryu tells Amuro that Bright's afraid of him, which surprises him. Ryu prepares to leave, and as he does, he tells Amuro that he's placing his hopes in him. He shuffles down the hallway and runs into Sayla, who gets Frau to assist her in getting him back to bed. Like, he's really putting himself out there.
They're strapping him down.
Yeah, they're gonna have to at this point. Like, he just won't get it. He won't stop getting out of bed. Every step is a struggle for him.
He's a hard bastard.
He's walking it off.
Yep.
Tis but a scratch.
He gets a little scratch. It's fine, you know.
Tis but a scratch.
As Haman continues to approach, she mentally reviews the attack strategy that she and her men will use in the white base. Meanwhile, the lone Zaku, piloted by Tachi, approaches the base from behind and starts firing, surprising the crew. Kai rushes to intercept it as they all scramble. Hayato's in the gun tank with Job John, but it quickly has mechanical issues. On white base, Ryu tells Frau and Sayla to go get Amuro out of solitary. Sayla does so, getting permission from Bright. When she tells him that both Ryu and her will accept responsibility, Amuro is released and heads to the Gundam. And before I forget...
Yeah, but you can't forget the speech, man. Come on. The times are gonna get gloom. Give us the speech.
No. Look, the middle of combat's not the time for a speech. No matter how motivating it is. No, it's the time for action, not for words.
And give us a slap.
I don't need a kid to tell me how I should do my job. You're a selfish brat.
Yes, Daddy.
There's plenty more for where that came from. I agree.
Indeed, Janet. Indeed.
Outside, the Gallop has finally reached the white base. Haman attacks fiercely. Bright orders Mirai to launch the base, despite the fact that not all the engines are working. From the catapult deck, Amuro informs Sayla that the Gundam is under repairs and he'll be launching in a core fighter for now. Amuro launches in it and starts to back up Kai, who's still fighting in the Zaku. In the infirmary, Frau is with Ryu, who tells her to go take up a position on one of the machine guns to help out. When she leaves, Ryu uses the monitor on his bed to assess the situation, which is desperate. He gets out of bed and leaves the infirmary as well, despite the protest of a fellow patient. He drives off in the fray to attempt to help the gun tank. And this is some of the stuff I like, where the White Base and the Gundam had started at the start of the show as these seemingly invincible units that are just standing, that just have nothing that can stop them at all. But now they're consistently and repeatedly getting damaged and destroyed. They're running out of spare parts. Now is where the chips are down.
Yeah. I really like this, that they have limited resources. You know, most other shows like this that I've been seeing, they don't really show that. Somehow they always just keep getting more weaponry and so on. Freaking game. You're skipping some good parts, dude.
Oh. Yeah, so we'll back up a little bit. And, you know, here we see the other soldiers that are in some rough shape. This is a guy I don't think we've ever actually really taken notice of on the show before, but he's another one of the injured survivors that's still around.
Yeah, it's a background character. They got the magic slap and had to go to bed. I mean, that kills.
Oh, you want Bright to slap you in at night? Go the slap to sleep. An audio book by Bright Noah.
That would be interesting.
I like being slapped, or I like mostly I like doing the slapping, but yeah.
Now you already said it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you
This is
sit right
getting
in
too
on that
weird.
place.
Yeah, it's getting too weird.
You're looking too much. I can't keep giving those out.
Well, it is me. You know I'm gonna do something to just be fun. It's unfortunately that is my personality.
One of these days, Bright's gonna slap someone. They're gonna be harder, Daddy.
Wow.
Yes.
I need more clips. I'm gonna have to get a few more in.
It's always fun with clips.
Oh god, yeah.
I have a lot of clips from you, or
Oh,
of
no.
you.
And so, one of the things that we're seeing here, to kind of reel it back in a little bit,
Yeah.
you have Ryu bringing up that, you know, that as bad as the situation is, they can't afford to just keep lay in sickbay, even though they are injured. That if they don't try to do something, then the odds are going to be that much greater that everyone will die, and they could just wait for death. Which is a commendable thing for him to be bringing up here, and he's pushing himself about as far as he can go. Anything else?
Anyone
No,
else
we're
want
good.
to put anything in? No?
Elsewhere, Amuro receives word that the Gundam parts are about to be launched. He combines with them to form the Gundam, and then notices that the Zaku has climbed aboard the White Base. And here we have the parts being apparently launched independently because they're totally aerodynamic. But it's anime.
I noticed that myself.
Yeah.
Guys, don't worry. It's made out of like space titanium. It's fine. Aerodynamics aren't a thing. They haven't been invented yet.
Seriously.
Well, I mean,
Or they could just say it's Space Wizards.
I'm probably guessing that there's probably retro jets on it that helps maneuver when it's in the air.
Yeah, maybe the backpack spins around or something.
Because after all, don't forget, this is not just a ground mobile suit. It is also a space combat mobile suit as well. So having retro rockets to help it maneuver is part of its forte.
Hello there.
Hail
I mean,
to-
yeah, you're not entirely wrong about the retro rockets. We've seen it does have a few different things that it can use for that sort of adjustments.
And actually, I think in one of the later Gundam series, you kind of see that a little more. I think it's the full Burnian GP01 in 0083.
Okay. I can't help but wonder if the ends of the tips of the wings on the Freedom Gundam can't, to some extent, do that as well. I mean, they shoot lasers, but
possibly.
Oh, so to get caught up here a little bit. That's another great shot. I should probably use that at some point for
It's a classic
the corner.
shot.
Oh yeah, I actually used that in the. I used that in one of the intros that I normally.
Oh really?
Yeah,
I guess
and that's.
It's also probably one of the cleanest shots of the Gundam.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can really tell which shots which bits of video they really worked on, because they tend to be the ones that get used the most.
The recycled shots.
I mean, it's well proportioned. It's very well drawn.
Yep. We don't have any of the wonky Gundam proportions that are pretty well known for some of the less favorable shots, we'll say. Let's see. The Zaku has climbed aboard the white base, beginning to attack it. And Amuro realizes he cannot shoot it without damaging the white base. Suddenly, he is shot upon by the Gallop. Amuro readies to fire at it, but then realizes that it's on a suicide run and must be packed with explosives. Using the Gundam, Amuro uses all his force to hold the Gallop back. The Magella tops detach from atop it and start to attack the Gundam. Haman orders Taichi to attack the Gundam from behind, so he departs from White Base and attacks the Gundam. Amuro is able to flip the Zaku above him, however, and a firing Magella top destroys it.
That's the theorized destruction of the wet base.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't get quite caught up, but here we have the Zaku attack. And I think another great shot.
Hey, everyone's got to have a fantasy. Let her have hers. If it involves the destruction of the white base, makes her happy, so be it.
Yep.
And geez, and this has got to be about right where where Amuro would be sitting. So this is like a really critical hit to him.
Yes,
it's cutting into the core fighter as well. But it also shows how tough a Federation mobile suit is, and that's just a prototype at that.
Yeah, they sure make them tough, and here we've had weeks, if not about at least a month of constant deployment.
Approximately. Their adventures all started in September or so, and this is, I think, late October.
Boom! Oh yeah, that's another fun thing I love about the show. Just all the all the detail packed into the still shots of the explosions. All they have to do is just slowly pan a camera back to let it really let it drink in. Just then, Haman positions her Magella turret directly behind the Gundam's cockpit. Despite the Gundam's thick armor at such close range, she knows that there's only a few shots will permit her to destroy the Gundam. She starts firing at the gun. She starts to fire, destroying both its shield and backpack.
I love this woman's determination.
Suddenly, a core fighter, piloted by Ryu, crashes kamikaze style into the Magella top, destroying both crafts. The entire white base crew is shocked at this event, realizing who the pilot must have been. With the Magella top destroyed, Amuro is able to push away the Gallop and destroy it. Amuro is told by Sayla that Ryu was the core fighter's pilot, but he doesn't believe it. Later, the crew grieves miserably as they survey the wreckage of the core fighter and remember the moments that they had with Ryu just prior to his death. Many of the crew members, including Job John, Hayato, and others, blame themselves for his death, and think back to how he was able to convince them to hand the core fighter over to him. Bright falls to the ground and begs Ryu to forgive him. Sayla says they will have to move on to defeat their enemy, the Zeon. Amuro agrees and says they have no choice but to move on.
It's a powerful ending for the character.
For a character who's always been kind of just on the sideline in what seemed like what's largely been a show about Amuro, it's a powerful. It's ultimately it's a really powerful episode for him to go out on. That he saves the day. He sacrifices himself and saves Amuro with his last moments.
Yeah. Shows that he's a real hero. He's a real warrior.
Well, not just that, but he sacrifices his life to save his family. The white base.
Yeah, and I gotta say, and I just gotta say, the death affects me too because I really enjoy the character. But it probably is gonna start something important. It's gonna start a change in the characters and the way they behave, and that's good.
It definitely does. It completely. People will reflect on how Ryu affected their lives, and they will improve upon it, especially Amuro most of all, because he knows that Ryu put faith in him to be better.
Okay, all right, guys. Now that the times are gloom, I think we need a good speech to get us back on top.
You sure love these speeches.
Yes, I do. They are very.
Wow, I'm gay.
I mean, Ryu could have done a roast Tico.
I'm sorry, what was that name?
Roast Tico.
Goddamn.
Stop saying that cursed name.
He took a warrior's death, which was honorable. I like the character.
Yeah.
I actually, personally, I hated seeing her go more than him because I liked her a lot more than him. But he was a good character.
Yeah.
You can get 10 more of him. You're not going to get many more of her.
Yep.
I mean, largely this is like I think one of the biggest turning points in the show, especially with the likes of Amuro, where he's been slowly starting to come together, to come to light, and now with this death, that this man put all his faith in him and sacrificed himself to save him. It's been a he's a character that they've all gravitated around, and it's now given them a unifying reason to fight.
Yeah.
This is also the tail end. This is also the closing end of in the hero's journey. This is basically the closing end of the hero training and improving his skills to become the warrior they're supposed to be. This is Amuro's, and this is the end of Amuro's training phase. This is him now coming out of this as the warrior he's supposed to be to fight Zeon.
Yeah. Hey guys, I got a quick question out here. Today I found this store close to my place that sells these kind of Gundam memorabilia. I'm thinking about buying this movie called Gundam 8 MS Team. Is it any good?
Oh yes,
That's the show that Brightest Day loves. So
yeah, that's
I
one of
don't
his
know.
favorites.
it's
I'll
more
give it a
so. It's more so shows the grittier side of the 1 year war between the Federation and Zeon.
Yeah, one of the nice things about with that show is it winds up being about a set of just grunt. It's about grunts fighting. It's some of the most gritty, brutal fights in the franchise, and it winds up having some of the most favorite fights of most fans.
It's also got a little bit of a Romeo and Juliet romance in it too. But it is definitely a good OVA. So highly recommend it. The events also run alongside the show here, because something that was revealed later on in Gundam lore is that even though the Gundam that we have here is the prototype Gundam, the information used from the Gundam was used in making the gyms, the ground Gundams, the ground gyms, and a series of other mobile suits. So there are other Federation mobile suits out there. It's just the Gundam that we see is the one we will follow in the show, in the original show.
Great. There's a lot of stuff in this story, even Gundam Wing. Yeah. There's a lot. I'm just really seeing just by 4 minutes there and just one lot. There's a lot I gotta catch up with. Seriously, Gundam is huge.
It's one of the
40
largest
years
franchises. It's
And-
the largest franchise in Japan.
I had shared, and I tagged you guys in it here. Let me grab
Yes,
it.
I
This will
shared
pull it
it. I shared it yesterday too, and I tagged you in it. You're copying me.
There's time travel involved. I'm not gonna.
Oh, don't use that excuse.
So to pull up a little screen share here. There's the timeline leading up to the events of the most recent movie, Mobile Suit Gundam Hathaway, that's on Netflix.
Yeah, I've seen that is there.
Which takes place about 25 years after the events of this show. About the son of Bright Noah, our slap happy captain.
Slappy Junior.
That's a
And
kid.
also,
Wow, that kid must have. Just saying, that kid must be very powerful. I mean, if he probably got slopped here and there by his pop every time he misbehaved, it's got to be powerful.
it's bright.
He's
and
like a
your
prototype
eyes
Domon. Who's always got to have the this hand of mine is burning red. Its loud roar tells me to slap you.
Yeah.
So like we were saying earlier, the eighth MS team takes place at like virtually the same time as this show right now. In fact, the first episode you see the speech from Garma's funeral. So if you were to pick that up, now would probably be a good time to check it out.
It takes place. It starts right after Garma's death.
Yeah, that was a pretty good show. Definitely pick that up.
Yeah.
It's kind of like it's one of those things where you get to see the front line fighters, the ones that aren't in the upper echelons. I mean, with the people down on the ground in the front lines, what they have to go through. It's actually it's a very good show.
It's one that's definitely worth revisiting.
Well, Brightest Day definitely wants to do a review of it.
Yep, and we need to talk about that here soon. So maybe soon we'll, I don't know, maybe take a day off or work it in, or don't know yet.
But any show with a character named Camille, avoid it. Just avoid it. I could not take that.
Also avoid women named Camille in the real world too. They're a danger.
Zeta Gundam is one of the apex of the Gundam franchise. Even though you guys don't like Camille, it is still one of the apexes of the Gundam franchise.
It acts as a continuation of the series here.
I'm gonna have to muscle through it, kind of like Star Wars Holiday Special. Just try to get past. It's the whining I can't take.
Oh.
Well, I mean, he definitely does mature later on in the show.
Speaking of maturing later in the show,
I am so sorry. Chris just kicked me out of everything.
Yeah, we all hit the red button once or twice.
yep. It's tradition around these parts.
Yep.
So let me stop sharing this. So to kind of pull us back to the episode, Ryu's death is that necessary step to the hero's journey that Amuro's been going on, as you were saying, Chris. That Ryu was a mentor as a fellow soldier on the ship that isn't there anymore to protect him and cover his ass anymore. Now he has to be part of the team because they've lost. Not only have they lost one of the more reliable soldiers, they also lost a core fighter out of this.
They did.
So they could be down to Mobile Suit from this as a result.
It further diminishes their resources that are already
very small.
Mm-hmm.
I think one of the worst things, probably worse is not the proper word. Bright getting down on his knees and crying. It's like he doesn't have that option. He's got to be the rock that everyone looks to.
I agree with you, dude. I agree with you. He's the commanding officer. He needs to show strength both physically and mentally. He can't go on his knees and cry.
Suck it up, do it on your own time. You have to be strong for everybody else.
I mean, he can release one small tear out of one eye in those old French movie styles, but nothing else.
Well, the thing is that Ryu's death, though, it was a close comrade in arms, a brother, a brother in the sense.
Dude, your resources are scarce. Most of your personnel is either injured or dead. You can't show weakness. That won't give hope.
Agreed. I mean, he's sad. The guy's close, but you can't do that.
Like I was going to say, is that he?
If you do, the pressure's going to eat you alive.
And not only that,
okay,
we have our favorite punching bag coming up in.
Oh, the favorite pedophile.
He looks less weird with this image. He looks less weird.
That's his mugshot. They took away his van.
Oh god.
Told him to stay
also
away
less weird.
500 yards away from schools.
Also a little less, still less weird. The right image is right there.
Case of jaundice.
Not that one. Come on, dude. You're missing the right one.
You got a severe case of jaundice.
You're missing all the good ones. Like the freaky ones.
Did we lose Chris?
It looks like it. Mukuve scared him off.
Yeah. You do not want this kind of guy close to schools. I mean, just give him an ice cream truck and the cops are just probably going to follow him around.
This
No,
man is legally prohibited
he's a
from
big creep.
purchasing an ice cream truck.
Let's go, Brandon, right?
Jeez.
Honestly,
No,
you could.
no, but other than that, I did really enjoy the episode, even though I kind of just put myself into the show because I wanted to join and we saw it together. And like I told you last night when I saw it, it's like it feels like Power Rangers and Star Wars into one, and that's what drags me into it.
So I did want to ask Jace, what did you think? I mean, given the context that you saw maybe the first couple episodes and you're jumping into this one.
Yeah, no, I have missed a lot, but I am gonna watch that. Go back and watch those episodes, and no, this episode kind of how do I say it? Like it dragged me more into it, even though I know when the characters died. Spoiler for me, but it's okay. It dragged me more into it, and I saw more of what the story is becoming and what they're like doing. And like we also talked about yesterday a little bit, it's like sometimes it was like fun when you were young and you just turned on TV and it was like a random episode you saw and you were just like, oh shit, I like this, right? I love this. Cool. I want to know more. So I got that feeling. From being a child again, like, wow, I like this episode. This drags me into it. It made me more interested.
I remember that was how I remember watching watching Gundam like that for the first time. I remember watching Dragon Ball Z like that for the first time, where they're like fighting Vegeta. It's like, what's all this crazy stuff going on?
Around the Kai times, those were the fun times. Now it's all just fighting gods of destruction, new forms. Dragon Ball's lost its taste.
Like the only negative thing that I have to say about the show was just the ending. It dragged out a little bit too long with the crying for my taste.
Exactly.
Yeah, that was like the only complaint I think I do have. Everything else I did enjoy really, really much.
Yeah, I could have done without like 3 minutes of them on their hands and knees crying over you, like straight up, like full on bawling, like.
But I think my favorite part is when I always forget his name because I'm so new to the show. The guy who sacrificed himself.
Oh, Ryu?
Yeah, the guy who sacrificed himself. And I really like characters that have the warrior spirit and sacrifice themselves for what they believe in, and for saving their friends and all that kind of stuff. I'm into stuff like that. That's how I like a lot of big characters to end off. I want them to end off in a good way that you just feel it like this character.
A way they would die. A way seeing their personality, they would just die for.
They didn't just die of sadness.
And they didn't almost die and get saved by a crazy woman. I'm not gonna name her name from the Star Wars sequels, but
seriously, stop saying that damn name.
How am I the villain in this one?
You are literally the defender of supervillains.
Okay, you may have a.
There's your next video. The villainous analysis of Makuve.
No. You can look on Pedo Watchers for that one. They'll have I'm sure they have a full profile on them.
Speaking of Pedo, the guy really does look like the kind.
All right,
he
all
looks
right,
like
all
he'd
right,
be
all
on.
right.
He looks like he'd be on camera. Was just visiting someone. They have cameras waiting for him.
Positive things. We're talking about a
Chris
damn
Hansen.
show.
Seriously, or just Chris Hansen.
I can't put him on screen without you guys devolving into just the most base insults about his character. And his
Some
character
Chris
should be
Hansen.
I'm not like that. I'm trying to,
and his
Some
character
Chris
should be
Hansen
forced
just
to be required to inform you that he's in your neighborhood. Not that I would ever encourage us telling all these baseless jokes about the man.
Yeah, but it's crazy how we all look at it and came to the same conclusion. That should tell you something.
Exactly. They were going on for something there back in the day. They were going
Like,
on for
oh,
something.
wow.
But bizarre.
You see a picture of him. First thing you think is rickety van by a school with free toys written on the side of it. I mean, come on. We
Or
all
an
thought
ice
the
cream
same
truck.
thing.
Or an ice cream
Fucking
truck
hell,
that says free ice cream while singing, "Oh yeah."
Wow. I'm gay.
This is fun.
It was
So-
not what I expected today.
Yeah, when
Never what I expect when I come into this.
yeah, the three of us are chaotic. That's the best thing about us.
Hey, this is pretty bad when I have to be the adult. I'm not very good at
You're
it.
never the adult. If we actually get into the logical point here, Ironcaster's the only adult here.
That's kind of stretching.
Him and as an adult, I don't think so.
I would never play such childish games.
No, but I would. This episode, if people haven't watched Gundam, I will encourage people to watch more Gundam. And this episode was amazing, and it made me just like it so much more.
Because I mean,
Agreed.
it's fun as the fights are. There's the character element to it, which is really
Yeah,
attractive to
Exactly.
the show.
We saw
Yeah,
with this
and-
episode we saw a little more of Hamna's personality, and that was pretty good. That's pretty good.
And-
Honestly, I'm giving this episode a 9.8. 9.8 because no commanding officer should cry in front of his men and women in service. That shows weakness.
Agreed.
That is bad. So 9.8.
I mean, part of the point in this episode is also to show that that your heroes aren't invincible, that they can suffer, they can lose.
they are human. You know,
In fact, one of the original ideas behind the show, when they were originally setting out to make this show, was that halfway through the show, the entire crew that we were following was just going to all be eliminated. That I believe what was supposed to be the upcoming Battle of Odessa Day would have been where they all met their ends.
Mm.
I mean, ultimately, it's not too spoilery to say that wasn't what they chose in the end.
No, like what I do like in certain shows is like you have to remember like none of your favorites or no hero or character are safe. Like everyone can die and suffer in the shows and get a lot of character development. Some maybe die, some get a lot of character development. A lot of stuff like that I think is important, and I think that in Gundam you see that. What I have experienced, at least, I have a feeling that they can show you a lot of character development and showing you that a lot of characters are not safe either. And if someone dies, it will impact the whole story with all the characters. And that is something I've missed, in what we see today. For example, you don't see much of this anymore, that it really impacts you. It doesn't impact a lot of the other characters around. And I think Gundam did that in a really good way, and that is something that I really enjoyed, because that's one of the most important things for me when I watch something, at least.
Yeah, and and they're not. It's not a show where they just instantly revert back to how they were at the start of the episode, with like without any repercussions for the events that happened over the episode. That they aren't that there is like some actual impact and fallout from how these people have been dealing with all these actions, surviving.
No, that is what I miss in a lot of things that I see today. There's way too little of character development.
Oh, and hard to believe from a 41, 42-year-old cartoon.
Well, back in that day, they did it. A lot of things did it a lot more better. Like even Dragon Ball did this a
42-year-old.
lot better.
I'm just gonna say, this is 42-year-old, but it looks better than most of the things of today.
It definitely, while at times the animation can be cheap or simple, sure.
Animation is super cheap today.
Right. But also it was part of a bigger story, and this was intended to be a war story just with big robots.
Yes. Have you seen most modern cartoons about war today? They are ridiculous and pathetic. And honestly, a psychological pain in the ass.
But thankfully we have some of the classic stuff like this that we can fall back on.
For God's sakes, have you seen shit like their equivalency of She-Ra? They made it into a joke. God.
Well, on the plus side, thankfully, we don't have to watch those. We have stuff like this and Dune coming up to watch. That's what I know I'm looking forward to.
There's some things I have a certain rule for. You never look for it that's under 40 years old. This is a good example.
Yeah.
Wait, I just saw what you said with my name.
I just want to.
At least I'm the good-looking one.
I just want to say that I'm sorry that I'm a little bit stiff on reviewing and talking about Gundam, because I am not not so familiar with everything. So I'm trying my best to.
Hey, me neither.
Do the best
I'm
I can.
new. I'm literally the cadet here. He's
our rookie pilot.
Like I said before, I've never been like the biggest mecha person for mecha animes. It's never been like my biggest interests. It was like only like Power Rangers that I accepted it more, because it was like Power Rangers, but I didn't care so much about the sword fights. I cared more about in the suits and fights themselves. And I was like never the biggest Transformers person either. But Gundam kind of made me, after this episode, kind of made me appreciate that more, and kind of made me like it a little bit more than I used to. So I'm really excited to watch the other episodes that I did miss, and I am really excited to watch the next episode.
Oh, I am so happy to hear that. And if all these streams have done anything and have gotten just one person to go rewatch the show or go rewatch it or watch for the first time, I've done my job. And that's largely what I can call this show a success now, is that I've gotten more people to check out Gundam or start watching it.
Yeah, he's got me addicted. I'm buying shit now.
Yeah, he browbeat me to watch it.
My wallet blames you. My wallet blames you.
All right, guys, we can cut the show short here. Next week, One Piece.
Fuck you.
Thank you.
I like One Piece to a certain point, but it's way too much.
Only 1,000 episodes. You guys are fine to be on for like 10 years.
Well, I'm really into Dragon Ball, so it's a lot of episodes there too. So I'm used to it. You have Bleach and other stuff, so I am used to it. That I am.
So
this
I guess we should start wrapping this up a
episode
little
was named Sorrow and Hatred.
Yeah, Sorrow and Hatred.
Yeah, because that's episode 20.
Well,
I did look it up. I did some research on episodes, and every place it's 20.
Well, the thing is, there's an episode that was we did for like episode 13 that was not released in the US because
Okay, but then I
because they weren't
understand.
too
Then I
happy with it, and
understand.
so it just the episode is in the episode does count. It's just not part of what gets typically counted for episode numbers.
But then it makes more fucking sense.
Yep. So it winds up throwing the numbers off, but you gotta kind of like,
yeah,
when it's there.
Then I understand it.
Yeah, no, I didn't get the math wrong this time. I swear, I actually got it right this time.
Oh my god, you did! I'm not proud of you.
Dang it.
Oh, I love that. Ah, dang it. That's a good thing, man. I have clips of you, a lot of clips of you, man. Just wait.
Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna keep building an ego at this point.
Oh yes.
And then I try to speak and can't say the word water without going water.
But I want to say it's really fun to be on this show, and I hope that I will get to do more of these shows and
Absolutely
get more into the episodes.
So, to get the number, to get back to our rating, Makuve, do you want to give us a rating?
You know, I know where you shop for comics. I will find you. You know what I can do.
And I will slap you.
I know where it is.
Choke you.
I know what day you go. I know what time you go. I do my research.
Yeah. You won't be allowed within
He is
30
basically
300
Ross
feet of
Tico, a super stalker.
I won't be allowed to what?
You won't be allowed within 300 feet of a school. And
who's going to stop
name?
me?
Yes.
Shut up. All right. I will give this a 9 out of 10. One, I did like the passing, or the way that he sacrificed himself to save the Gundam. But then again, we lost a good woman too, and those are so hard to find.
But yeah, both their stories, both their losses, it's compelling with both sides. It's where not even like, oh, it's not even about the war. It's about like the dedication to these causes made them both such great, memorable characters.
Then it was just Bright break it down like a little girl, just kind of sour the experience. Yeah, it's like, dude, get up. You got to do this on your own time.
You're a leader. You got to be a man. If you show weakness, they're going to eat you alive.
Well, I mean,
can't see.
not Makuve.
This is not something you would see Kirk, Adama, or Global doing. But then again, he is just a kid, and he is a civilian, so you got to cut him a little slack there. But still, me personally, if I'm on that base and I see that, I'm going to start plotting against him immediately.
Yeah. You'd be plotting against him like he's Mirror Universe Picard.
Hey, that's a personal hero of mine.
Only because you're a stunt double.
All right, I may resemble him a little bit. All right, fine, a lot more. It's an honorable thing.
Hey, Halloween's coming up. We'll get you the uniform.
Dude, I've actually been looking online for one.
And I'm so excited.
Hey, if you change Decibel's name, give me back mine. I don't even remember this.
You just gotta threaten him.
Oh, come on!
Your name.
I talk with Decibel a lot. He'll tell me where I can find you, dude.
Oh, I'll send you all the information.
I think my name is better.
Twink boy. Yeah, that is better than me. That's better than Makuve.
Oh, guys, this has been so much fun.
It has.
Change the damn name.
Okay, if I'm just gonna, before we end the stuff, if I'm gonna rate the episode, I'm gonna give it a 8+. The reason I give it an 8+ is because the ending was too drawn out for my taste. So
There you go.
if it wasn't for the ending being so long, I would have given it a 9.
Yeah, it's about I'm up. I'm about on par with you guys. I think it's 8.5 for sure. And of course, the phone is ringing as we're wrapping up, and they're not even getting my time. So, yeah, I think the ending took way too long. Where it seemed like they ran out of. They were trying to really pad the time out and just try to get across that threshold of the 22 minutes that they actually had to make a footage. Like they probably got to about 19 and a half and had to again pad for time. But yeah, this was a great episode. I think it's we hit a period with Gundam where it's really hit that stride, and our characters are able to really are able to keep adapting and improving, and it shows that losses can happen. Losses are likely to happen. They're not these invincible heroes. It's not just going to be Billy Quizboy and his super robot friend.
It's the pimp. It's the
Billy
pink
Quiz
pilgrim,
Boy,
dude.
you had to go there.
It's the pink pilgrim.
I'm sorry, I was actually
my
trying to think
God.
of Johnny Sacco and his robot friend.
Oh, Billy Quiz Boy.
Come on, Billy, eat the
God,
penny.
just imagine being that guy's arch nemesis. If you can't, just imagine being that guy's arch enemy. If you can't kill him once, then you are pathetic enough as it is.
You just eat pennies for a week. You just poop pennies for a week. We'll just hook up the sift.
Yeah, pennies, pennies.
Yes.
Yeah, but you just gotta hate. You gotta see one thing: the guy's too smart for his own good. That he's so stupid. He has an entire force of dangerous former heroes on his own house, and he goes hang out with Rusty. What a moron!
I lucked out, but we'll save that for a Venture Brothers stream.
Oh my God, that's gonna be.
Oh God, yes.
Oh
No, leave that to me. I'm the one who's gonna
man.
do that. I'm the one doing that. I'm inviting you to do that on my channel.
Oh, I want to talk to Venture Brothers so bad.
Yes, he's got to plan
And
things out.
One Piece.
You show up about the One Piece.
We're gonna talk all about that show in One Piece.
Oh,
Oh,
it
you
makes me laugh.
Okay, just stop being dicks and let's finish this.
All right. Agent, what have you got coming up this week? Any more videos? Any shorts? Any mentor moments?
Well, I'm going to continue on the mentor moments. I got quite a few I got to do. I got the newest chapter of the Henchman Handbook coming out. I do want to try to get. Yes,
dude,
sir.
you free this Saturday?
I may be, yes.
Yeah, remember we had a stream pen in the past to talk about the villainy and heroic scrap.
About the what?
About heroics and villainy and other crap.
Oh yeah, absolutely. My favorite subject. Villains.
Yeah, great.
And heroes. How to kill them. And I should be doing another villain review this week. I'm going to try to get it out if time permits. So yeah, I got a couple of videos I got to get off my rear because I have to go see Dune Friday. So that's going to take up a little bit of my time. I mean, that's an absolute. I must.
Good luck. Tell me if it's any good. I just really hope it doesn't get too far from the story.
I mean, the only issue I've heard about it so far is that the Hans Zimmer score is not the best.
Yeah,
but some people seem to like it. So if that's the worst I've heard about it in the month it's been out, then we're probably in for a good movie.
Yeah,
Good.
I'm gonna watch it either because I know it's online, so I might watch it tonight because I hate going to the cinema alone. I'm always at the cinema alone, so I don't have energy to go out alone all the fucking time. It's really boring to just experiencing the cinema alone is really boring sometimes because it's it's more fun when you have friends with you, and can
Yeah.
experience things together.
I mean, that's part of the appeal of the cinema is being able to sit down and
Share
enjoy
it with
these.
your buddies.
Even just a room full of strangers, to be able to have everyone sit down and laugh together. Just there's an energy that you just cannot replicate at home.
The sad
Even
part
though
the sad part where I live, I have no friends. That's a problem. I have no friends where I live, and the only friend that I do have who works where I live, almost where I live sometimes, but he's been so busy now with work every single day. He's had like 2 days of free, like in 1 week, and so I haven't gotten to experience cinema with a friend in like 1 year. Yeah, so for me, it doesn't really matter anymore. I can watch a movie at home, turn down the lights. I have my LED lights that is red normally, and I have like snacks and everything. And yeah,
ooh,
Norway pushed that more back, so I have to wait
Oh.
to the 19th of November.
Janet, there's been a bit of mixed receptions to Venom.
I haven't
I,
really
for the
seen
most
it,
part,
though.
liked it.
Yeah, I have seen it though, but I kind of want to see it in cinema also. But I have seen it. I'm not gonna tell people how I've seen it. That is my big secret.
That
I have
just that
connections.
throwaways.
I have connections.
I've seen it personally. I think they could have done a lot better with it, but I'm kind of picky.
Yeah, I just miss the days when they treated Venom like a villain. I feel they're going too far in the hero part.
Now, the only thing I have to say about the movie is that Carnage is not Carnage, Cassidy is not Cassidy, and the whole story with them were just messy. And messy editing. The editing was just fucking messy. But that's another stream, I think. You can go through the whole thing.
Well, at least this one you can see the fight. The last Venom
Yeah.
movie at the end, it was black on black with a black background. I'm like, oh, this is genius.
Yeah, I hated it for that, and that was
Still a
immediately
good
just
fight. It's a good fight, but the only sad part is so dark. It's like a Game of Thrones episode when everything was too dark. And you had to like turn the lights off on TV. But that's another story, That's not a story
Yeah.
for another stream. This is Gundam.
yes. Well, Jace, what's coming up for you?
Well, of course, the Thursday shows, the Beyond show, of course, and you all are invited if you want to join. I like to have guests on. It's always fun to have more conversations about certain things and different opinions. And Monday shows, like I said, are coming back. I'm gonna do more. Let's have a real talks. My interview shows.
Yep, you and I were talking a little bit about doing that. In fact,
Yeah, so I was gonna actually announce that since I want to know the people in this fellowship, this whole everyone in YouTube that I work with, and that I've gotten to know this, couple of months being on YouTube and stuff like that, right? So I want to interview people and actually get to know them a little bit more, show them to our viewers, show them more out who they are, where they come from when it comes to comic movies, whatever it is. And so I asked Ironcaster if he wanted to be, my guest, the person that I do interview with, and I want to, get to know him a little bit more of who he is than just doing the couple shows that we are doing together. But basically sit down, have more of a real talk. That's like, let's have a real talk. That is the whole point with the interview shows, that we are going to talk about certain topics, about certain things. But we also are going to talk about a little bit of other stuff. It's like when you go to a pub and you meet a friend or a person and you sit down, you talk about whatever and get to know each other. And it's going to be really nice to like get more people from the fellowship in there. And I had Memnock on, I had Chuck Dixon on, and those people.
If we were in a pub, I would pay drinks to all of you until you all passed out. I wouldn't even drink. I'd just probably pay you guys off.
Oh, dude, dude, I'm gonna say this, Wolf. I am a Norwegian. I never pass out. I can drink for a whole week straight with no fucking problem.
Isn't that the Irish? Aren't you getting your stereotypes mixed?
No, Norway's that like that too.
Well, look, it's a cold island. There's a lot of cold weather all around. Your choices
thing
are
I've-
pretty slim. You're
Well,
inside.
I'm not a beta
drinking a lot.
boy. You know, I'm not a beta boy. So
Yes, I know that the Norwegians drink high, descendants of Vikings, that kind of thing, but they can't
Hey.
beat the Irish. I've actually met a Norwegian dude, an Irish dude
I'm
hasn't
gonna,
beat.
come to Norway and I'm gonna fucking show you, brother. I'm gonna fucking show you.
Dude,
That
I've
is
literally seen it.
challenge accepted.
I once saw a Norwegian guy and an Irish guy in a drinking challenge. The Irish won.
That is just two other people. There, you don't know. It's many other people here in Norway that, especially where I'm from. I'm from a place in Norway that metal and drinking and everything like that is the best thing ever. So we're used to it. A lot of
Starting
us.
to make me wish go there. Thinking about going there.
And you know, when people are graduating in Norway, we have something called Russ, not Russians, but Russ. And you have like different colored pants, and you buy the pants. You have a lot of stickers and stuff on them, and you buy like a bus with your crew that you go to school with, and then you party all month to 17th May. You party every single fucking day, drinking every single fucking day from the start of the month.
That seems like a slow suicide.
Well, well, a lot of things are happening there. We can talk about the backstage because a lot of things I can talk about when it comes to that. But other than that, yeah, let's have a real talk. And of course, you can find me here. You can find me on other shows. But I also want to say thank you, Ironcaster, and thank you, Ice Wolf. I can't say your first name there because my dyslexia. And Agent. Thank you.
Okay.
And just remember.
Oh, wait. Dyslexia. Okay, if I change my name to Ginger the Ice Wolf and told you to speak it.
Ginger the Ice Wolf.
But other than that, to everyone, yes, I can never end a show without saying this. Just remember, life's too short. Make the most of it. And everyone in the chat and panel and everything, we in this panel, we love our viewers. We love all of you. And thank you. And if it wasn't for all of you, we would have not have been here. So thank you.
Fenrir, did you have another anything else coming up this week?
Well, I'm trying to plan something with Decibel there, but out of that, not really. I've been doing nothing but stay on the couch or going to the gym all week.
Oh, I started hitting the gym this week again. Went yesterday, going again tomorrow. It's been fun. But yeah, Jace, thank you so much for showing up and trusting me to start, show you some new shows and this.
Yeah.
And hanging out, spending so much time here with me. Looks like you could have been doing anything else tonight, and you chose to sit around here with me and these other guys and kind of laugh at each other and
yeah,
it's like,
no problem.
I'm really making you suffer here by making you do this.
No, you don't, man, and I love it. I like being here and experience new stuff on YouTube that I'm not doing normally, and I like that.
Yes, we are a bunch of merry men. Bunch of funny merry men.
Just a bunch of dickheads, and I love that.
Absolutely.
Well, I wouldn't say dickheads. I'd say I'd call us more what's the word I'm looking for?
Stooges.
Yeah, that's about right.
I guess most of us have a dick, so I guess it's gonna be a dickheads.
I'm usually called a certain orifice on a daily basis, so hey,
at least I
what
think
it
all
is.
you three have 2 testicles.
Unless someone sold it on the black market.
I only have one,
Seriously.
and what happened with the other one, I don't know what they did with that one.
Let me guess, bar fight?
No.
But
Yeah,
so
You lose
I'm
one
like,
in a dog
how do
fight, you need
I
another
follow this
hobby.
up? So coming up, I'm gonna be over on Thursday on the Global Geek Gang with Clobbering Times and all them lovely folks. And and Friday night, Father Christopher Miller's before Friday Night Tights, and then Nick Weiser's afterwards, where we're talking about some heroes and some comic book heroes and villains.
And remember, on Halloween, me and Ironcast will do a crow show.
Oh yes, that one I'm looking forward to.
Fortunately, I don't have much hair, so if I'm going to use a camera, I need to use something on my head.
Just put on a wig.
Yeah, just get like a mop and it'll be fine. Well, guys, thank you for showing up. The links to all the channels can be found down below, including some other fine folks who have not been here tonight. And until next time, just remember, guys,
they are part of the rebel. They are part of the Rebel Alliance, and such are traitors to the Empire. That is why they're not here.
Remember Rose Tico, our savior.
God damn it!
I don't need a kid to tell me how I should do my job. You're a selfish
Yes, Daddy.
brat.